Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Monday. It is a bright, shiny day in the capital city, so I hope wherever you are, you're experiencing a beautiful spring day as well. We had a wonderful flyover this morning in the B-52 over our essential workers of Bismarck, and I want to thank all of you educators out there and family members who are supporting our students. You truly are essential workers. The flyover was for you. I will start today with the test results and ratios. Monday, May 18th, we had 31 positive cases out of 1,309 unique individual tests, which is a 2.4% confirmed case rate. We are again going in the right direction. Yesterday we were at 3%. Saturday we were at 5%. So again, continue to go in the right direction from 5%, 3% down to 2.4%. It should be noted that through this all, when we closed our schools, it was so we could ensure that we had enough capacity that the confirmed cases would not overwhelm our healthcare system. And we had a strong testing system and infrastructure in place, as well as a strong contact tracing. We have been successful. We remain successful in that endeavor to make sure that our confirmed cases is not overwhelming our healthcare system. And although there has been another death, at least in North Dakota, we can say that the deaths that are being caused by COVID-19 aren't because someone did not have access to an ICU bed or a ventilator. So kudos to all of our frontline workers out there, all of you who are exercising that individual responsibility that Governor Burgum talks about so frequently and so passionately. It is a great place to be in North Dakota. It's a great time to be in North Dakota and because of our individual responsibility. So I appreciate that very much, and I thank you for that. Lots of updates today. Just really want to go over some things that we talked about at the DPI team huddle this morning before we go over some things that have occurred and developed over the weekend. First of all, I just want to announce that our PK-12 Alliance core team met with the CIE late last week, and we're continuing to review outcomes of the interviews, of our empathy interviews. Our PK-12 Alliance team has been completing stakeholder empathy interviews as we gather that information to ensure that it is informing us as we work this summer to refine our plans about distance learning, refine some of the questions, and answer some of the questions that have resulted in what is a very successful stand-up of distance learning. But as we know in North Dakota, we're on a journey of continuous improvement, and so these empathy interviews will certainly help us as we guide some answers and question and answers through the summer, working together with our teachers, our families, our educational leaders, our students, and our advocacy groups to ensure that when we start up again for school in a face-to-face, in-person environment, as we anticipate any future disruptions that may occur again, that we'll be even stronger and more ready to deliver to our students the high-quality K-12 education that they've come to know is available in North Dakota. Special education directors had some questions on Part B and Part C requirements. Specifically, they were concerned about the opportunity for children in Part C to be assessed for Part B services in schools. We have been working with the governor's office to ensure that the allowable uses that were put forth by the governor in his executive order last week would certainly allow for the standardized test for program eligibility as well as the ACT, work keys, and GED. So thank you to our special education units, special education unit directors, our special education office here at the Department of Public Instruction, and a special thank you to our special education teachers and family advocates for bringing to our attention the need to be clear and specific about our children wanting and needing to be assessed from Part C as they move into Part B services. So thank you for that. It has opened up the allowability of other eligibility standardized assessments such as English language learners or English learner tests as well. So thank you so much. I am so happy to announce to you today that our virtual senior celebration is well underway, and I got an update shortly before I came on this call that all of our North Dakota high schools photos have been submitted. They have all provided a submission to participate in the May 30th senior celebration at 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain. That will be available for live stream and broadcast across the state of North Dakota. Very excited about that. For those of you that may have missed the Friday announcement, we are happy to have Carson Wentz provide a commencement address, as well as special guests of Tiger Lily and Josh Duhamel providing congratulatory remarks, along with Governor Burgum and I hosting that celebration. So thank you to our high schools. We had school secretaries, we had class advisors, we had principals, we had superintendents, we had teachers helping to create and submit those submissions, and we are 100% reflective of all of our high schools in the state of North Dakota. So thank you for that. Our Multicultural and Indian Education Office continues to work with our Native American Needs Assessment and gathering cultural materials. Our Education Equity and Support had a call on Friday from a particular school administrator that just wanted to remind everyone that the social emotional challenges of our students is real, and it is impacting schools and students and families in every corner of our state. So again, just a special reminder, a poignant reminder that the social emotional needs of our children and our families are just as important as the academic needs as we begin to close out this school year and begin to look at summer school, summer programming, and next fall. The ESSER funds, I just wanted to provide an update on that. We have been having conversations with the U.S. Education Department and school districts. It is worth note that this is the most flexible federal funds, both flexible state or federal funds, that districts have ever seen in recent history. So people are appreciative of the opportunity to use these funds to meet the multitude of diverse needs that they've experienced because of COVID-19. Assistant Superintendent Maskey continues to work with our U.S. Education Department and CCSSO, the Council of Chief State School Officers, to provide some guidance on how our first written report may be submitted. We anticipate that since many of our school districts will be using the ESSER funds for retroactive costs and expenses from March 15th, that the first report would likely be due for the March through June quarter, and we would hope that we are preparing guidance and a template for them to use for those reporting needs in development in concert with the U.S. Education Department. Along that line, I want to share that Secretary Betsy DeVos called me late Friday afternoon, and we had a nice conversation about the needs that we were experiencing in North Dakota. I stressed the importance of continuing to have the funding flow to North Dakota in as most efficient, non-bureaucratic way as possible. I shared with her and stressed with her the need for North Dakota in particular to advocate for the portion of the HEROES Act, that would allow $1.5 billion in funding through the E-rate program to provide connectivity and devices such as hotspots to students, schools, staff, and libraries for use both at home and in the classroom. Additionally, the HEROES Act, as it's written, provides $4 billion in internet subsidies for low-income households and to suppliers providing connecting devices. It also codifies the FCC's Keep Americans Connected pledge. So again, just reiterated with her how proud I am of North Dakota schools, students, teachers, families that were able to stand up a distance learning program in a short order of time to ensure that all of our students were offered and provided a full continuation of educational services through this school calendar year, beginning no later than April 1st. We talked quite a bit of time about our connectivity, our robust connectivity, that we are leading the nation in how connected our students are to broadband, which led us to, again, reiterate the important need for the HEROES Act to be passed with the appropriation for the E-rate program to provide hotspots to schools, students, libraries, and staff at home. So where we're at with the status of the HEROES Act, as you know, the HEROES Act did pass, that bill passed the House, and it has now gone to the Senate. We understand the Senate may split up the bill and pass certain parts and not others, and then, of course, it would go back to the House. The House may decide to pass those parts that the Senate approved. And finally, the bill would then need to be signed by President Trump. We do expect something to happen with the HEROES Act. We don't know what or when, but we do expect for it to happen swiftly. If the E-rate parts of the bill are passed and signed off on President Trump, DPI will work, as we always do, very closely with EduTech. Dave Scogin and Rosie Cloverdance, some of our greatest partners at EduTech, will continue to work together to make sure that we get that information out to you quickly and get access to the programs as quickly as possible. We are both hoping, EduTech, NDIT, and NDDPI are both hoping, but we don't know, that backup payments for people who have already spent money will be reimbursed. We are hoping that this bill, too, will be retroactive for E-rate funding to be allowable for those devices and internet broadband services and connectivity that have been provided to our students, our staff, hotspot devices that might have purchased already since March 15th. We will certainly keep you posted and up to date on that. I also wanted to share with you that the Center for Disease Control has provided new guidance for schools. And the school decision tree has been provided by the Center for Disease Control. This updates the guidance that they provided for decision-making tree in March of 2020. We will be updating our North Dakota K-12 Smart Restart Guidance, Section 3, with that new updated CDC guidance. This is our promise to you that we said that North Dakota K-12 Smart Restart Guidance would be a dynamic document that would be updated and improved as we move through and new guidance is received from either our governor's office and or Center for Disease Control, North Dakota Department of Health, North Dakota Department of Emergency Services, and all of our other partners here at the state. So again, look to have Section 3 of our North Dakota Smart Restart Guidance updated with the newest, most up-to-date school decision tree provided to us by the Center for Disease Control and approved by the North Dakota Department of Health, or received by us through the North Dakota Department of Health. So with that concludes my update for the day. Oh, one final thing I should say. Many of you are aware that there has been, there are some bad actors out there, and there has been some fraudulent unemployment claims submitted to North Dakota Job Service regarding teachers or school staff that have had their names, positions, and Social Security numbers used to submit fraudulent unemployment claims. Several of our local school superintendents and some of their employees have been victims of this scam. We are working with the North Dakota IT Department, the BCI, Attorney General's Office, and of course, Director Brian Klipfel, the Director and Commissioner of the North Dakota Job Service, to get information out about that. You will be receiving information from my office, from me. I will be sending out a memo to all of our school superintendents, school business managers, and school board presidents, informing them to be vigilant about reviewing and thoroughly approving any unemployment claim that may come across their desk. And if there is a fraudulent claim that your district has fell victim to, the contact information that you can reach out to at the state level to report that claim and provided some guidance and next steps to resolve that issue. So with that, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for your continued hard work. I appreciate all that you do, and I would just say keep smiling and keep working for students. It is the most important work that we can do right now. Thank you so much, and have a good day.